Paper in hand and ready to go. Paper round. These are all of the top stories going through the morning papers as we enter March. Can't believe we're actually in March already. It is now officially the business end of the season and there's some massive games coming up. There's lots of stories in the papers today. By the way, welcome to Adam FC. Get your comments in below on all of these subjects. Please, everybody as well, let me know. As you can see in the thumbnail there, pointing out to the bottom corner, I could get it up on the screen here now actually. The bottom corner there, you can just see a story there which reads, "Car journey must go on," as in Michael Carrick. The Sun newspaper today, this is all over social media as well, I've already checked it as well. The Manchester United players fully behind Michael Carrick staying on as the permanent Manchester United manager come the summer. We've spoken about this aplenty already on FUTV. We've been speaking about it for what now? Probably since the Fulham game. I think after that game everyone was probably more convinced than they've ever been with anyone at Manchester United in terms of what the right move was to make and where Man United should go from here with the new manager going in as a permanent job. And the players, after weeks and weeks and weeks now of Carrick being in charge, are all over it. They're all saying exactly the same thing. It says here in the Sun newspaper, the majority of them was the story when you read deeper into it, would be happy with it. Of course, when you say majority, it's mainly the players that we see a lot of who are getting game time, really, that's what it is. And then players like Manuel Ugarte, Joshua Zirkzee, some of the younger players may be thinking that I might need to move away in the summer. And I think that that's probably where you get the majority shout, because not everyone's going to be happy, not everyone always is, but Michael Carrick has been very, very clear in his message, as we've spoken about, and there we go. Carrick is the man. I mean, for Man United to do well, I've said this many times before on the paper round, as you all know, Man United doing well, there isn't much to talk about in the papers. They hate it, and there's a tiny little section there. It is going to be the biggest story and the biggest managerial decision that is made in the summer. It's Man United, for God's sake. Everyone knows that this is the biggest story. And for that to have a tiny little corner of the back pages tells you everything. They just don't like it. They don't think it's good enough. They'd rather be talking about Michael Carrick failing and Michael Carrick not getting the job done, and obviously Man United then looking for another manager, because then you could bring in a story like today, like they have tried to do with Oliver Glasner, and him potentially being Man United's manager come the summer. That's where the papers want to be going. And they've even tried today. I mean, today the game, there's a bit of a pull-out in the middle there of United versus Crystal Palace, which is trying to build it up into a place where Crystal Palace could, now that they've got a couple of wins under the belt, they've beaten a Wolves side in the last minute of injury time at Selhurst Park. They've beaten a Bosnian side who nobody knows about. But today, if they get the win, the papers are saying it's a third win in a row at Old Trafford. It's unthinkable. Look, it's a different world right now at Man United compared to Crystal Palace, and I don't think it's going to be as easy as that for Oliver Glasner's boys today, especially after a double game week. But apparently Palace are playing well again, according to the newspapers. And that again just shows you, look, they want a big game. They want a big day today. They want a big result today. A big result isn't Man United winning and going third. A big result is Man United failing again, so they can finally start to criticise Michael Carrick. And that's how it's coming across. It's clear for everyone. Look, there's lots of other stories in the papers today as well regarding Manchester City. Only 2 points behind Arsenal now. Obviously with that game coming today, which is Arsenal against Chelsea, the pressure is on. Benefits Man United that, and City pretty much doing us a favour by beating Leeds, because now Arsenal have to win. They have to beat Chelsea, which then benefits United because that stops Chelsea closing in on us. We're already 3 ahead of them. That could be 6 if we win and they lose today, and that's a big buffer for United. So that is a big, big story going into the papers today. Semenyo's goal crucial for City. No Haaland yesterday. He's picked up an injury now, so the talk of them just getting through games. And like I said, it's the business end of the season. And there's a big pull-out in the papers today as well on Chelsea's young players coming in. Can they turn up on the big stage today? The likes of Estevao, the likes of João Pedro, the summer signings at Stamford Bridge. And obviously Liam Rossinha lost twice already to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Is he about to drop more points in the league for the 3rd game in a row after draws like we've seen to the likes of Burnley and Leeds, 2 newly promoted sides? The pressure is on Rossinha big time here. I mentioned on previous shows this week, I don't think Rossinha's safe. I think if a big manager becomes available in the summer, then I think he's in trouble. I really do think his job is on the line, even though he's only just started. He's not convinced me whatsoever. And again, the way he talks, I think he's going at it the complete wrong way. And I don't think he's big enough to handle the pressure of being the Chelsea manager, because if they drop out of Europe since he's took over, I mean, look, as much as we want to criticise Maresca and what he said and how he's had a go at the club and things like that, he was in them Champions League places, and now Chelsea could be on the brink of dropping out of them, and that's the big thing. In fact, with Liverpool winning yesterday, that big win, which is being talked about in the papers again, 5-2, Liverpool turning the corner, Chelsea really are under the cosh now, and they've got big games coming up. Villa drop points, Villa play Chelsea on Wednesday, so if Chelsea don't win today, they could be staring down the barrel of 4 games without a win if they don't get anything at Villa Park as well, because Villa need to bounce back. It all bodes well for Man United, of course, because everyone around them is dropping points. And all we have to do is beat a poor Crystal Palace side at Old Trafford today to feel a lot more comfortable. Easier said than done. And that is the Premier League, and that has been proven as well. I mean, you only have to look at that game yesterday with Burnley, and it is in the papers today, VAR. They have extended the capability of the VAR for next season and the World Cup now to corners and second yellow cards. And Scott Parker's in the papers here. I mean, he handled it, let's just say, diplomatically. He was being very, very cautious with what he said. I'd be absolutely seething if I was Scott Parker. I mean, VAR, I'm listening to people this morning on the radio as well saying the same thing. It was the right call. He's offside. I mean, can a player be offside with his arm? Should that be a rule? I mean, can he score a goal with his arm? No, he can't. So is that part of the body really important? Maybe they should be putting time limits on how long it takes, because it took 3 and 5 minutes to get them decisions right. They went into a 100-minute game again. How many times is that happening in the Premier League now? And Scott Parker, I think, has got every right to be absolutely seething with them decisions. And the handball, the ball's by his side. Was it clear and obvious? Does VAR need to be intervening? Does it need to get involved? Are they overanalyzing absolutely everything? Yes, they are. They're just trying to run the game. They're running the game into the ground. There was 2 goals there that Burnley fans were celebrating in the end that just got cancelled out. And you're walking away from the football stadium then. You're walking away miserable. It's like, what's the point of me going? What's the point of me spending the money? VAR has absolutely destroyed football. It has. You cannot celebrate anymore. You cannot go to the game thinking you're going to get one of them moments in a game. You can't just expect that to happen. Like normally, what I mean is you go to a game and anything can happen, and the unexpected is what drives you to go and watch football matches. That euphoria, that moment, it's gone. It's gone, because every time someone scores a goal now, you look into the linesman, then you wait in a minute. Can I over-celebrate? Can I really get into this? Because there's going to be a VAR call come up on the tannoy. It's in the papers. It's all over it today. It's sad. It really is. I mean, look, the main stories today are the bigger games, obviously, but because that game was Burnley and Brentford, and no disrespect, a great game it was, it's not getting the same headlines. If this sort of VAR thing comes in today with Chelsea and Arsenal, for instance, and it's affecting the title race, then I'd expect Mikel Arteta to, I mean, he's not going to lose any air with that Lego head, is he? But I'd expect him to do a nut in his post-match interview anyway. It'd be a different story altogether. Anyway, they're your main stories in the paper round. Small section for United, but the players want Carrick to stay. The majority of them do anyway. The title race, the VAR, everything going on at Crystal Palace, the pressure on the Champions League places now with the likes of Villa and Chelsea, and what is coming today is a massive day. Get your comments in below. Let me know what you think on them stories. The VAR one, Carrick staying as the manager, and where's the title going? Check it out, everybody. Get into the bottom, get your comments in, give the video a like, and of course, hit that subscribe button here on Adam FC. Cheers for watching, everyone.